Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the second, third, fourth, you'll never know, episode of Midwestern Goodbye, the only podcast that accurately recreates those late night discussions you have with your friends just as everybody's getting ready to leave. Because sometimes you need to argue, could a T Rex outrun the Flash? And that's what we're going to talk about today, except not really. And as always, I'm joined by two homeless people that I found at the bus station, one of which is named Soverlas.
Yo.
And the other one, I think, is named after the character from Dragon Ball Z, Oob?
Close. The name draws inspiration from the hit animated web series Ruby.
The hit anime.
Yeah,
It is an anime.
It is an anime. To all the people out there who either hate Ruby or want to argue that it's not an anime, Japan says otherwise. So, suck on my dick.
Before we really jump into anything, I hate your opening. A T-Rex would 100% lose that race.
I was going to say that too.
There have been a lot of comics where the Flash has lost his speed, in which case the T-Rex has clear advantage because it has a longer stride.
Nope, humans can run faster and longer than a T-Rex can.
I don't know about faster. Hang on there.
Yeah, I didn't say longer. It's not a marathon. I said a race. Race, short distance, sprint, T-Rex, longer stride.
Have you seen the legs on a T-Rex? Those things are beefy.
They can run 17 miles an hour.
Okay, most humans can't run more than 10. We're not talking like against Usain Bolt.
Yes.
Hey, what? Okay, I'll give you that. An average person probably cannot run anywhere near that.
Right, any of us, no way we can outrun a T-Rex.
I will secede to the point that a normal person can't.
Yeah, and I mean, if we're talking about most times when, it would presumably be Barry Allen, because, depending on which Flash you're talking about, some of them literally can never lose their connection to the Speed Force. So Barry Allen, I mean, he's kind of a slow person without his powers. That's kind of his whole shtick.
Yeah.
Right, but then you're talking about a very specific situation in which he doesn't have his superpower. Which, if we're talking, actual, just normal Flash who can do the run fast, he'd win.
I don't know, man. What if the T-Rex also got connection to the Speed Force?
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like,
bam!
How fast would a T-Rex be with the Speed Force?
It would theoretically be as fast as the connection is strong. Because everybody knows that it's only about how close you are to the Speed Force.
I mean, he is taller, so he should be closer.
If you go by the live action show, I mean, the Speed Force is Barry Allen's mom, so I mean, that's pretty close.
What is Barry Allen's mom's connection to T-Rexes? How close were they?
I mean, I'm sure he went back in time one time and punched a dinosaur, so probably some Barry Allen DNA somewhere.
All right. Yeah. Okay, so the only thing that I could think of to talk about today was mostly because I was just watching shit on YouTube. And I kind of want to ask you guys some questions from the Newlywed Game just to see what your answers would be. Because I thought it was interesting when I was watching streamers answer questions.
So are we answering as a newlywed couple, or are we playing against each other?
I was thinking more like I would ask you the questions, and then based on your guys' answer, I'd be like, hey, you win. You got the question right, or some shit. I just wanted to hear you guys' answers. You don't have to make anything out of it.
Fair enough.
Fuck that. I'm gonna marry the shit out of you.
All right, we're gonna see who gets married to Dan today. Shit, I said my name.
So
married to Soverlas today.
About 5 minutes in.
Go.
God damn it. Here, I'll even keep score. Let me get out little cards.
Incredible.
All right, well, while we wait for him...
Are we answering questions about you? Like how well we know you? Because I feel like I'm going to win.
So basically this is going to be me asking questions about you guys, and then giving you points based on your answer. Mostly because it would be too one-sided if the questions were about me.
Yeah, I've only known you for a couple of years now.
Yeah, for everyone listening, Darren has known me for quite a bit longer, and we've had a lot more of these late night Midwestern goodbye conversations.
Yeah,
It's kind of our whole friendship, to be real.
First time I met him, bought a nice little movie date, no big deal. Just kind of a casual thing,
Took me out to see the Avengers, man.
Yeah. Was it really the Avengers?
It was the Avengers. You and about 15 other people were in my backyard, and you guys were all going to see a movie, and I'm just like, I don't have money. I'm not going with.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah,
that's a long time ago. Holy shit.
Yep,
the first Avengers came out in what, 2012?
Yep.
Jeez.
10 years ago. Like,
it has been a decade for you guys.
And that was so weird to me because we literally did not know each other.
Nope.
Like,
I felt bad. I was like, because every other person at the party was going, and all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, Soverlas isn't going because he doesn't have money. And I'm like,
yeah,
I'll just pay for you. That'd be super shitty.
I mean, to me, I was used to that kind of shit because, like, my brother would bring people over to hang out with. Most of them I was friends with, and I'd just be like, well, I don't have money. I don't have a job. I don't do stuff. And I also didn't know 15 people were showing up at my house today. So,
yeah, I mean, I just legitimately felt bad. I was like, yeah, this would be really shitty to just be like, you stay here. You're not cool enough.
Yep. Bye.
or even worse, it's like no poor people.
Yep. Hey, I was happy I got to go. I liked that movie. And I had a good time.
Yeah, the first Avengers is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Why were there 15 people in your backyard, though?
Mostly because,
high school.
Yeah, they used to have a big hangout group. Mostly like, here's 2 separate groups of people that are all going to go do this one thing.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And then
I didn't have that in high school, so I'm not familiar. I had like 8 people I talked to.
And that 15 people got dwindled down to like 5 and then to 1. And now now me and you hang out, Professor.
Yeah. Also, I just want to congratulate Darren there for winning Dan or Soverlas's Hunger Games friend competition. All right. So mid-episode retraction, using nicknames and online persona names is fucking stupid, and we keep fucking it up anyway. So we're just gonna go by our real names. I'm Alex.
Me, Dan.
I have been known by many names throughout the aeons. You may call me Alex.
Yeah, there's 2 of us, so I apologize for any confusion on that. We sound different enough. Hopefully it's not too much of an issue.
Fuck you if you can't tell the difference between 2 strangers that you've only heard twice.
If I ask a question to Alex and they both answer and you didn't know which one I meant, that's your fault, not mine.
Be better.
Come on, one person that listens to this.
Yeah. Possibly significant others of the people who make this podcast.
No, it was not her.
I mean,
specifically Alex's fiance. Fuck you. You know why, or maybe not. I don't know.
No,
but you know what you did.
Her watching it didn't count because she got the unedited version, not the one we posted. So we didn't even get her view.
Oh yeah, that's right. Then yeah, you know what? You know exactly why. Fuck you. You didn't even listen to the first podcast. I hope you feel better, because I hear you've been having some problems, and I hope you're feeling better.
Yeah, there's been some problems, and that's why we didn't put out anything last week. We had to skip recording because of that, so bless you.
That was a cough.
Yes, it was.
No blessing.
Okay. Anyway, let's get back to Dan's newlywed game.
Sure.
Ooh. Well, we're gonna skip the first question because this one just doesn't work. It's asking who's the better catch. You know what? No, let's go with it. Who's the better catch, me or you?
Wait.
As in,
so is it
So me or you Alex, or me or you other Alex.
Wow, that clarification
So
only made it more
basically,
confusing.
between the
Are-
two of us, like
Yeah, between yourself and
And-
Dan, and then myself and Dan.
yeah, who's the better
Oh.
catch?
Me.
Okay, damn. Didn't even try to give any points for it.
Dude, look, you may be a 10 out of 10, okay? But they haven't designed a scale that measures me yet, okay?
Okay,
All right?
okay.
I'm off the charts. I'm off the goddamn charts, okay?
Okay. All right. All right. What's your answer, Alex?
I'm also gonna go with me just because I know how to cook, and I cook
No,
pretty good.
I know how
I
to
would
cook.
say that women would appreciate that.
Okay.
Do you
I'm
know how
not
to
a
cook?
woman. I'm not a woman,
Cooking's
but
a big
all right.
one.
It is.
Cooking's a big thing.
Now,
Which,
how well do you cook? Because I mean, I cook pretty decent.
I've worked in a literal kitchen for almost 3 years.
Okay. I do like someone cooking for me because I hate cooking for people. I love cooking for myself, other people to drag.
See, I enjoy cooking for other people. I like, them eating and enjoying the thing that I took the time and effort to prepare. I do really like that.
I like
yeah,
that.
100%. I agree with that.
I mean,
There is something very satisfying about knowing that something that you did, someone else enjoyed.
Exactly.
man, I really should change up the way I have these scorecards named. Because it's literally just Alex and Alex.
God damn it.
Danny,
Just
you
put the
actually
last
know,
initial.
you know how to fucking differentiate us.
Just
Come on, man.
let me put the first initial of both of your last names, and that'll work, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do Alex
And
Prime and Alex
this is of course where we
616.
find out that
It's fine. I'll just name you like I have named in my phone, Alex Prime and Alex 616.
There we go.
There we
doesn't
go.
clarify it at all, but okay.
It does to me. I
For
know
him
which
it does,
one
and that's
is
all that
which.
matters.
All right.
Anyway,
So I'm gonna give Alex the point. Yay, everybody! It doesn't clarify for you guys. You'll find out who the winner is at the end. All right. Second question. I have the day off and an empty house. How do I spend my day? What do you guys think I do when I'm alone at home?
you go through magic cards, you play on your computer, or you listen to podcasts.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with the magic. You definitely go through all your magic cards. I think you take a big old nap for probably 3 or 4 hours when you're not doing absolutely anything. And then the other times you're sitting there either reading fan fiction or playing video games.
Yeah, those are some really on the nose answers right there. There's gonna be some points for some Alexes. All right, here's some questions about you guys. What was your worst date? We're not the group for that question, but still, it's on here, so might as well ask it.
I don't know if you want to go first.
I mean, I don't have like a worst date. I dated one girl for a few years, didn't go super great, and then I met my fiance and we've been together for over 5 years now. I wouldn't say like I've had any particularly bad dates.
Wow, look at me. I have a fiance. I'm loved by someone unconditionally.
That's pretty nice. I will admit. Maybe one day you'll have that.
Fuck you.
Damn. Do I give points for that? Shit.
I don't know. I'd probably say my worst date was we basically, it was a weird thing because there were a lot of things that we should have connected about, but like there was absolutely no chemistry at all. You know, like literally the girl watched anime, she literally cosplayed. Like, she was super attractive, like
Is this the one your
smart.
uncle tried to hook you up with?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and like honest to God, like trying to talk with her was like pulling teeth. It was, and I'm not going to pretend like it was her fault or my fault. It was just there was no connection. It seemed like we both very clearly were sitting there like, conversation's not really flowing here. So like, not her fault. Just
Yeah.
it was a bad date because I don't think we really connected.
All right.
That's fair.
And of course, if you're listening to this, hey, how you doing? We should catch up sometime.
There are two single men on this podcast.
There sure are. We can make it 3.
Please do not. I'm very content with where things are for me right now.
Oh, I bet you are. It was just a threat. Don't worry about it.
Okay, I'll just push it to the back of my mind real quick. No worries.
Maybe at the end of this, there's one less single man.
Could be.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll start. We'll finish off these easy questions. What's my worst habit?
Mm,
Oh, am
I
I
don't-
perfect? This is great.
Oh
I
no,
don't-
I'm just letting him answer first. I want to
I was
see
about
what
to
he
say
says.
I have a lot of terrible habits.
I don't know really a lot of your habits.
I could see that. We don't do a lot of in-person hanging out. It's mostly online.
That's because we're all fucking busy all the time.
Yeah. It could be past, present, any habits that you can remember.
No, honestly,
No.
I can't remember one.
Past ones aren't fair. You were a very different person in the past.
That's fair, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know. I mean, there are a couple to choose from. You are super indecisive, like
Yeah.
to a very annoying degree. Super stubborn, like just does not budge. Once you've kind of made up your mind on things, which again could be a good thing, but also can very much be a bad thing.
Oh, yeah. I agree. That could be not great. Very annoying. Because that
I mean,
pisses
like,
me off in other people.
But I mean, other than that, I mean, like, it's minor stuff. I'd say those are probably your two biggest.
All right. And then we'll go the other way. What's your worst habit? What do you think?
Procrastination. I am very good at putting things off, usually to my detriment.
Yeah, I feel that one. I do that a lot too. I was gonna say mine is probably my temper. I've been working on it, but man, do I have a short fuse.
I know exactly how you feel. It takes time and effort to adjust that.
Yeah.
I'd say how long ago was high school? 7 years ago?
Yeah.
Probably about 7 years. Takes around that long to to get over it.
There you go.
Okay, let's see. What other question? Why is it now? Okay, why did they change the wording? Okay, what's your mate's biggest fear? It was spouse and now it's mate. I feel like that's a weird jump.
My mate's biggest fear is probably one day waking up and realizing they don't exist and then just fading out of existence like a Thanos snap.
All right, I like that. What do you think, Alex?
She'll be really mad at me. So thankfully, I don't think she's gonna listen to this. I don't know what like her greatest fear is.
Okay.
Boo! Bad answer. Bad answer.
It's a bad answer, but I mean, there's a couple things that I can think of, but they're super personal and not something I would want to share publicly. So
It's not like we said her name.
no, and I understand that, but still, I'm respecting privacy.
This is a podcast. We are literally disrespecting privacy at a fundamental level.
Of our own, yes, not of other people.
Boo! Bad answer. Boo! The year is 2146. The Earth has been ravaged by computers because there aren't enough podcasts for them to listen to. Go figure. So, we're sending an agent back into the past in order to create a following, an uprising of podcasters. His name is Anchor.
And what does this courageous person that we're sending into the past, what can he do to stop this uprising?
Well, Anchor has the amazing ability to allow you to kind of create your own podcast, just kind of get some friends together, talk about stupid stuff, maybe do an ad read 3 times because everybody else doesn't know when their cue is. And best of all, it's free, just like my time, unfortunately.
It's free, but if it's free, how do I get a hold of Anchor?
That's simple. All you have to do is go to one of the designated rebellion meeting uprising places and download the Anchor app. Or you can also go to anchor.fm to get started.
Okay, I guess we can do some of these weird questions as well, even though they don't make any sense. Just because,
Would you get pegged by a walrus?
I mean, out of the two of us, which one of us is the most dominant in bed?
100% you.
Probably. Yeah.
You big boy, you probably take charge in bedroom.
Thank you for telling me that. You're making me feel all kinds of feelings. No worry, this episode isn't just to get me off. There's other reasons too.
That's the main one, though.
Yeah, 100%.
Myself, I mean, I've been described as a, pillow princess. Maybe a bratty bottom, I like to be pampered.
Okay, these are some one-sided questions. So I'll turn it around. What's your favorite podcast instead of my favorite?
Cannot answer. I have a terrible time listening to podcasts.
It's Midwestern Goodbye. I set you up for that one and everything.
Look, I mean, they've only uploaded 1 episode so far, and I thought it was okay. The host, I mean, he was great. Loved him. The other 2,
I heard they were working on a really good episode too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally.
All right. Okay. What's your favorite book? We'll go with that. We'll skip the podcast one since that question didn't seem to go.
Probably the. So this is probably not one that a lot of people are super familiar with, but I really liked it. I believe it's called the Night Angel trilogy. For those who aren't familiar, basically what it is without spoiling too much, obviously, it's this story about a young boy who, well, not young, he's probably like, I don't know, like teenager, young adult, somewhere around that range. And basically he gets his hand on this object where it basically gives you immortality. And he kind of uses it to become an assassin trained by a guy who already has it. Like already has the object that, makes you immortal.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was
interesting.
Yeah, like I'm trying not to spoil anything. Like I unfortunately don't have the synopsis, like, or the whatever the plot, like, the whatever they call it on the back of the book. I think it's synopsis, but or summary. I don't have the book summary in my hand, but like it's a really interesting read. It also has a very interesting take kind of on, immortality, like what it all means, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's a really good series.
All right. What was the name of that again? I might check that out.
Night Angel trilogy, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't do a ton of reading. I definitely consume more digital media like podcasts and stuff. So, I mean, if I had to pick something, I do read manga, so I would say I like JoJo's, so it would be JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Boo! Bad answer. Boo! Boo!
I don't read books. What do you want from me? Dan took away the question that I was going to answer and gave me a question that I really can't answer.
Hey man, it just seems like we're not getting a connection. You might not have to leave your fiance for me.
Well, I mean, there's still more game to be played. We'll have to see.
There is. And let me look at these questions and see which ones, make it some kind of sense. Because, ooh, sure. We'll go with this. Out of the two of us, who is more likely to forget a birthday or anniversary?
You.
Between you and me, I don't know because I suck at remembering birthdays.
Yeah.
I forget my own sometimes.
Yeah.
Like you both forgot my birthday.
Hey, I tried, man. My phone committed suicide, and I didn't know. My phone was supposed to tell me.
Yeah, straight
Still
up, I
haven't
just
gotten
forgot. I'm sorry.
Still haven't gotten my apology gifts.
We're gonna play Magic this weekend. That'll be your gift from me. I finally started playing that godforsaken game.
I scoff at thee. You started playing it of your own volition. You do not get to take your own choices and make them apologies. Doesn't
After
work
2
that
years of
way.
pressure from you, after 2 years of peer pressure from you, there's no way that you're gonna say, "Oh, it's of my own volition." You two have been hounding me to play Commander with you.
Hey, quick question. Do you like it?
It's all right so far. I've only played a couple games, so I can't say definitively, but I
Shut up
don't
with
hate
your
it.
face.
Okay, we'll go with here's another one. Out of the two of us, which one of us cries the most? Which one of us is a bitch?
You.
You.
Yeah, probably.
Every time you get drunk.
Oh yeah, all the time. I know I've told at least one of the Alexes this before. Sometimes my eyes just start crying for literally no reason.
That happens to me sometimes.
And I don't understand it, and it shouldn't happen. Because this is a masculine world, and men can't cry.
No, men can have zero emotion, otherwise they are not men.
I don't know. Sometimes, sometimes it's okay to cry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we all know that big girls don't cry.
Good thing I'm small girl. I have cried my eyes out to at least one anime. I'm trying to think if there's other ones. But the one that sticks out in my head is Clannad. That fucked me up for a while.
Yes. Only if you haven't seen Your Lie in April.
I actually have
right,
not seen all of that.
Should.
So good.
I hear it's really good. I need to watch it. I've watched like the first few episodes when it came out.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's actually a really, really well done show.
Okay, let's go with this
Nothing
one.
crazy in it. No mechs or superpowers or anything like that. Just a well-told story.
I love those.
Okay, sure, that's a good question. What's my zodiac sign?
I don't know.
Absolutely no idea. I don't subscribe to that garbage.
Even know.
I know my zodiac sign.
You're a Cancer.
Oh, whatever.
I'm a Virgo.
You're a bitch.
Oh damn. Damn, I already know who the point's going to.
Shots fucking fired.
Alright, damn.
I'm sorry. The moment you said that you know what your goddamn astronaut
Your astronaut sign?
Astrological.
No, it's your astronaut sign now.
Next question. We'll just move on. Who's your celebrity crush?
Anna Kendrick.
You know what?
Okay.
Hugh Jackman.
Oh.
He sings, he dances, he cooks, and have you seen that jawline?
I have.
Huh. When
Not
he
going to
gets
mention
out
the
of
washboard abs? Come on.
When he gets out of the freaking tube in X-Men, just based me.
I mean, those are some good answers. I don't know if Anna Kendrick's for me. She's just a little small. I like my people a little bit bigger.
You are a gargantuan specimen of a man.
Yeah, she's like 5'2", and I mean, Hugh Jackman's for me. I think he's almost my height. Like he's a big
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
But I mean, personally, for me, it's always going to be Jensen Ackles, Mr. Dean Winchester.
I don't know who that is, but I do
don't
know that
either.
he was Soldier Boy
Yeah,
on
that
the
man.
hit show The Boys, season 3, now streaming on Amazon Prime. Not sponsored.
Quit
Oh,
shilling
By
man,
the
if we're
way,
not
fuck
sponsored.
that man
fuck
could do.
Amazon.
Okay,
That
there we
man
go.
could do things to me. Just gonna point that out. Yeah. All right. Nope, we don't need to talk about more fucking stuff. Who's more generous, me or you?
Me.
Elaborate.
I mean,
I was hoping you'd say no.
when was the last time you bought me anything?
Dude,
That
I have
doesn't
no.
necessarily mean generous.
That is generosity is purchasing or giving something to someone. It doesn't have to be a material good. It can be anything really. But when was the last time you gave me anything?
I brought a bunch of alcohol at one of your parties. That's something.
That was real good tequila. Yeah, you were very generous that night. We had the rock tequila. Oh man,
I brought
that was
that. I
that was
brought
a good night.
some Crown Royal. I brought some wine for somebody, and that was and gin, and a whole bottle of gin because I don't like gin and I wanted to get rid of it.
I don't think anyone likes gin.
No,
People who say they do are liars. I don't care what that. You know what? At me, yell at me in the comments of wherever the hell this ends up. If you like gin, I will fight you.
Spoilers: all alcohol tastes terrible, so you're all wrong. Just to be clear.
That is factually incorrect. I'm sorry. You cannot like the way alcohol tastes, but to say that definitively all alcohol tastes terrible to not just your palate but to everyone's, that's a very wrong statement.
I'm the main character of this show. Okay, like when I die, the show gets canceled. Just to let all y'all know.
I mean, Dan and I can
I
keep
don't.
this going forever.
oh no, he
I
means
don't
life,
know.
like in
Yeah, no,
general.
I mean like the entire universe is just my TV show. I don't know if all the viewers knew that you were on like borrowed time, but like once we hit our final season, like I hope you guys have made peace.
If you guys have never seen Supernatural, just watch it and then see what God does in there. And that's basically Alex. It's just one big TV show until he cancels it. All right, God. So which one of us is more generous?
Weirdly, I'd probably have to say you.
Mm.
I probably do a lot more small acts of generosity throughout, but you do bigger acts.
Okay.
I mean, I have personally never, I don't know if this is necessarily generous, but I'm considering it generous. I've never, told some dude who was making fun of an autistic kid in a movie theater to shut up or I'd kick his ass. So
I mean,
I think that's pretty generous.
I don't know if I'd say generous. That's definitely the right thing to do in that situation, and I applaud you for that. I don't know if that's generous rather than just sticking up for someone who can't stick up for themselves.
It was super
Dan
generous.
was willing to share his hands with that asshole. So I mean, like that's pretty generous to me.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay,
I wasn't
all right.
willing to give him something.
Yeah,
An axe
all right.
whooping.
You've convinced me. Yeah, that's generous. Okay.
But no, I mean, like again, like generosity is a weird one because it's supposed to be like giving of yourself. But like to be fair, everybody thinks that it's just materialistic, but it could be like giving of your time, giving of your effort, your energy. So yeah, I mean, I think that's generous in a way because Dan was giving of his own, like his time, his theoretical safety. Um, you know, like he could have gotten kicked out of the movie theater just as well.
Yeah.
There was the time where we were all like hanging out at the mall. Dan found somebody's cell phone and we stayed behind for like 30 minutes just trying to find whose it was until, they eventually called and, we told them where to meet us. And mind you, Dan's the one who found it. Dan's the one who's like, no. Let's let's find whose this is. So
Yeah,
Because
that's fair. Nice.
it would annoy me if I lost my phone and someone found it and didn't try to get it back to me, and all I did was just like pawn it off.
Oh yeah,
right.
totally.
So again, like, do I think that I do more smaller acts of generosity? Sure. But I definitely think that Dan does more big ones.
I could see that. That's fair.
We're gonna move on from newlywed to uh, questions to ask the next guy you go out with. Okay, so we're really
Okay.
ramping this up now. What's your all-time favorite movie that you've seen a million times?
Fight Club.
Okay, okay. I like Fight Club. That is a very fun movie to watch.
Yes.
Movie that I've seen a bunch. That's a good question. Shoot, I don't know. I actually really don't know. Let's see.
Do we just need to start tossing genres out there to jog your memory of some stuff you've seen, or?
I mean, I'm just trying to think of movies that I've seen a bunch and like have stuck with me because it's movies you've seen the most, right?
Yeah. What's your all-time favorite movie that you've seen a million times? So
Uh,
what's a movie that you will watch, like if you have nothing else to watch or you just really want to watch something? Kind of like what's your default show on Netflix that you just put on all the time?
I'm really bad at. Uh, I'm terrible when it comes to like top tens. Like there are a couple things that I could definitively say, mostly TV shows, all of them animated, by the way.
Yeah.
But movies, and which is weird because I love movies.
Any of the Marvel movies? Star Wars, Lord of the Rings?
So I love Marvel movies. For the most part, there are some bad ones. I love Star Wars. Star Wars is probably one of my favorite properties. But again, most of what I would really want to rewatch for Star Wars is the animated stuff. Like,
Oh, like Clone Wars and Rebels?
yeah.
Yeah, those are really good.
I personally think they're some of the best, if not the best, Star Wars content around.
Yeah, I would absolutely agree with you on that one.
I'm really trying to think because I mean, like, I'm even thinking of some ones that I've seen a lot that I really enjoyed. Like, and this is going to be a deep cut. So for those of you who know, congratulations because it's a great movie. A Monster in Paris.
Can't say I've ever even heard of it.
It's an animated movie. It's French. It's about a flea who gets turned to human size. But he also sings like an angel. So it's like this. It's such a good movie. Love that movie to death. Barely anybody has seen it. Like most people would think like that must have been a fever dream that I had one day.
Yeah, it does
I mean,
look like it.
I mean, other than that, like there's classics. There's like Rush Hour. A lot of musicals. You got like Les Mis. I will fight anybody who says that the Les Mis movie was bad. It was good. I even think Russell Crowe did a pretty good job. Is he the best that's ever played that role? No. Did he do a good job? Yes. Oh God. Come back to me. I'll think of a movie as we go along. I don't know.
Whenever you think of it, that's fine. We'll jump back onto the question.
Yeah.
I mean, mine honestly is probably like, even though it's kind of like weird now with the meme culture about it, it's probably like Shrek. Like I really enjoyed it when I was younger, and it's just a movie that I could watch a million times and not get bored of.
Yeah, Shrek. Honestly, the first Shrek is really good.
Yeah, it's just really simple and to the point, and it kind of brings me into the story.
Shrek's just a very well written piece of film. Like, yeah, it's a kids movie, but it has a lot of like good subversions of tropes for like fairy tales and movies, and the main character, he's that jerk with the heart of gold that you just want to root for. It's got a lot of going for it.
Yeah, definitely.
it's one of those movies that just spoke to me as a kid, and I'm like, I like this. I like this a lot, and I still like it now. I watch it every now
I
and
mean,
then.
look, that scene where Fiona like kicks the ass of like, you know, Robin Hood and his merry men. That's awesome.
Mhm.
That's a great
Oh
scene.
yeah,
Yeah, that is.
it was really great. All right, so we're gonna change up this question. What do you find most attractive about a man?
His penis.
Obviously.
All right, right on the head.
Mm.
Ha!
I
Okay.
don't know.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know. The male form's a little weird for me because, like, I like a woman who is like muscular, not like too muscular, but like
Mhm.
I don't
Like
know.
fit.
I get. You know what? You know what?
You
Yeah,
guys,
fit. Like
you
just
guys
just
could
being
literally,
in good shape.
yeah, you could literally answer the question of what do you find most attractive about a woman? I was just saying it because
Uh
the whole
that
premise is
that
you're
wasn't
dating me.
that wasn't the question. So no, shut
Oh,
up.
okay, okay. What do you find most attractive
His
about a
pinky
man?
toe.
His pinky toe. All right. Well, we'll move on from that question because that
Well, no, I
that was
mean, like
something.
honestly, a guy who's in good shape, like it's not just about the fact that it's aesthetically pleasing. It also shows that they take care of themselves. You know, that they probably eat well, that they have a schedule that they can adhere to. I mean, being in good shape, it's not just about like, oh wow, that guy works out. It's a lot of work, and
Oh
that's
yeah.
like don't get me wrong, there are a lot of people who are in good shape that are terrible people, but like it's it's a plus.
Yeah, I understand that. Hmm. All right. Who is your role model, or did you have a role model?
Probably my dad.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, he's just a really, really hardworking guy who's always put his family's needs before his own, and I've definitely instilled a lot of the things that he's taught me, and I do them on pretty much a daily basis.
All right. I like that. This kind of question's always been interesting to me because, at least growing up, I didn't like have a role model, like neither in my life or in fiction or something where I'm like, that's what I want to be, you know?
Hmm.
So I always wonder what
Well,
people like have.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think I had a definitive like person, but like there were definitely characters that like shaped who I am like a role model. I mean, a lot of like the early power, like the Red Rangers from Power Rangers,
Mm.
um, you know, I had other examples. I mean, like you got characters like Luke Skywalker. I've always been a sucker for the main character. Um, and that might make me basic, but at the same time, it's also the character that you spend the most time with.
Yeah,
You know,
right. They're the most developed
it's
usually.
right. Well, weirdly, almost never in the case of Power Rangers. It's usually either the sixth Ranger, the Black Ranger, the Silver
Mhm.
Ranger, the Gold Ranger, or my personal favorite, who's like the worst person ever, but God, do I love him, the Quantum Ranger. Shout out to all the people who recognize that Time Force is the best Power Rangers. Fight me. I mean, just the theme song. The theme song. Ugh. Fucking just. It's the most repetitive shit ever, but like, Time Force! Time Force! So good. But no, I mean, like, it's. I mean, like, even, a character like Spider Man or Superman, it's the ideal of, helping others even at the cost of your own success, well-being.
Mhm.
I honestly think that if a lot more people didn't kind of grow out of that like childhood wonderment stage where they're like, yeah, being good is the best, like we'd have a lot better situation going on in the world today.
Yeah.
And yet somehow most people grew up and were like, who's really really a good role model? The bad guys from Captain Planet. those guys knew what was going on.
Yeah. Yeah, they really did. All right. Well, let's get on these last couple questions and wrap this up and see who's going to be my new boo.
I hope it's me.
It won't be.
What what is something that you've done that has made you proud of yourself?
Graduate at college.
All right.
Oh, look at me. I graduated college.
I mean, that's probably my most notable accomplishment to date in my life.
I don't know.
I mean, it could be anything. Just what's something that you've done that you're like, I'm proud of myself for this. Like, this is. It doesn't have to be like something important.
Not burning my last job to the ground.
I
I
relate.
was a national champion in Taekwondo when I did it.
Hey, there.
I didn't actually know that. No shit. That's awesome.
Mhm.
It was in weapons.
How old were you?
I don't know, 10.
That's crazy. Yeah, I never fucking knew that. That's really cool, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah, congratulations. I know I'm about 15 years too late on that one, but
16. You don't even know my age. What the
no, I
fuck?
don't know your birthday. I don't know your age. Get used to it.
He's a year
Yeah.
older than us.
I'm a leech of a friend.
Pretty much. Yeah.
A leech would mean you'd have to gain something from this. When I don't think that's happening.
I'm latching on to the teat of God. Come on now.
Yeah. He latched on long enough to figure out that D&D. Well, yeah, both D&D and Magic the Gathering are good games.
Right. Continue with the questions.
Dan was about to ask his next question.
All right, we're gonna do 2 more questions, and then we will see who will be my new lover. All right. What is the scariest thing you've ever done?
Define scary.
Something that like fills you with like that internal sense of like dread and fear, like where you're like your hands get sweaty, your heartbeat races. I know fear is different for everyone, but like just like the general sense of like I'm scared. It could be like, this test I took, I was genuinely scared, or I fought a bear. What's just the scariest thing you've done?
Well,
Give
I'm not
me
a
second to
character.
think.
I'm not a character from Hajime no Ippo, so I haven't fought a bear.
Damn. That would have been some
Uh,
major points.
I don't know. I mean, I've gone. I guess probably the first time that I went scuba diving. I mean, there is kind of that irrational fear in the back of your mind of just like, what happens if I run out of air? Especially when you're really deep down, like that's scary. Because it's not a thing where you can just come right up and be okay. Like, the bends, which I mean is like one of the most painful things you can go through. That's a real thing. And if you decide that you need to surface because you're gonna die otherwise, like you're gonna have a really bad day.
Oh, that's like the pressure imbalance from coming up too quick.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that would fucking suck.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can actually die from it.
Oh yeah. Your
I'm
blood
sure.
vessels will start to burst from the pressure imbalance. It's very bad.
So like, even then, it's not a guaranteed like, oh, congratulations, you get to live. It's like, well, if we get you into a decompression tank quick enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you. So I've been thinking about it while Alex was talking about scuba diving, and it was probably the first concert I went to post Bataclan shooting. I believe it was in France, where they literally just lit up a very large auditorium of people. And that was the first time that I had ever heard about something like that happening. So I think that because I literally had a concert, I believe like a month or two after that. So the whole time I was in there, I'm like, is that going to happen here? And I know that I was genuinely scared for a little bit about that.
Yeah, I can 100% see why that would be terrifying.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's just kind of become a staple of being an American. So
Yeah, it really is. All right, we're down to the last question. What do you think being in the what do you think about being in the let my brain process words first. What do you think the best thing about being in a relationship is?
probably just being able to entirely confide in another human being all of your thoughts and emotions and know that you're not going to be judged for it.
That's a
Yeah,
good
I'd
answer.
probably agree with that.
It's a good answer.
I like to think I'm smart sometimes.
Hopefully not too smart. I need my partners to be at a certain level.
Oh, I'm normally a huge dum dum, so that's don't even worry about
That
that.
sounds some like extra points to me. All right.
All right,
But,
tally up the scores.
well, not yet.
Oh,
I think I'm gonna go with favorite movie that I've watched a bunch,
okay.
specifically with that caveat. Probably say Treasure Planet.
Oh, that is a very good movie. It's a very underrated movie.
That is a
Hmm.
great movie, and I'm gonna pick up my pencil real quick and do some stuff on this because oh
I
boy,
mean, look,
that's a great movie.
there's a lot of things to like about that movie, and everybody's talked about them to death. So I'm gonna talk about the one that, for some reason, people skip over. The scene, the montage between. It's weird because I can remember Silver, but I can't remember. Is it Jake?
I think so.
It might be Jake. I'm terrible with names, but let's say Jake. So the montage between them bonding, the song that plays over it is so perfect for like not just like does it fit the kind of tone of like the moments thematically, but it also is just it's it itself is like his song. It is a perfect song to encapsulate what the main character's, I would say, initial viewpoint on life is. Like, it's that little touch that really makes me kind of feel like they knew exactly what they were doing with that movie. And it's a great reimagining of a classic book. I mean,
Mhm.
Treasure Island's a great book. Like, and I think Treasure Planet is a perfect way to bring it to more people and have it have that interesting quality of, you know, space and aliens and, you know, the magic MacGuffin is literally a teleportation device that can take you anywhere in the galaxy. Like, that's crazy cool.
Yeah.
And it's literally something that I expect for like a D&D campaign where it's like, how did this pirate evade, the Royal Navy of like 6 magic kingdoms? And it's like, because he had an artifact that literally let him push a couple buttons and be like, oh, bye bye.
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree. That is a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
And his name is Jim. I just looked it up.
Jim, that was it.
Yep.
Jim
ah,
Hawkins, I believe.
Yep. There you go.
all
Spot
right.
on.
Plus, it had sexy cat lady.
It did indeed.
You always got to look at movies and be like, was this somebody's furry awakening? And the answer may surprise you.
The answer is anytime there's any sort of anthropomorphic animal on anything, that is somebody's furry awakening.
I mean, look, all I'm saying is that the dog man and the cat woman, they fucked and they made some kind of unholy abomination cat dog creatures. So great show, by the way, Cat Dog. Highly recommend.
Cat dog is very good.
All
All
right.
right.
Well, I've tallied up our points here.
May the better Alex win.
Now,
we
audience, here's a spoiler for you. Dan's joke is going to be, and the winner is Alex. Congratulations. And then he won't elaborate. I just wanted to let you guys know.
Why'd you have to take that away from him?
They saw through my joke. It's fine. I mean, there is a 1 point difference, so it
Okay.
was a very tight race.
Very close.
So the winner is indeed Alex.
Woo!
There it is.
So I do have some bad news, Alex. You're gonna have to break off your engagement with your fiance. So I'm sorry.
I cannot do that. I can have you as a side piece. I can't break off the engagement.
I demand a recount?
The numbers are still the same.
No, recount it again and give me 3 extra points, and you'll see that it's actually in my favor.
If I recount it and give you 3 extra points, you do indeed win.
Take that.
Well, hang on. We'll do this again in a year, and then we'll see if you've grown as a main character and you get your redemption arc.
See, this is just the point where like your love interest moves on, so that in season 2 you can win them back, or whatever.
I'm done with you. I'm done with you. You can have him. I'm bored with him now.
Oh damn!
Sorry, Dan. You've been written out of the show. Have fun not existing anymore.
No.
It's been a pleasure being a cast member with you.
Mm-hmm. So make sure to get yourself prepped and ready. I'll be at your house in a few minutes. You know,
I can do that.
we gotta really gotta make sure this union holds. You know. You did say I would be dominant in bed. I guess I gotta show you.
Yeah, I mean you definitely would be. I don't know if I'm ready for that yet.
Man,
though.
I hope you got some lube.
Nope, none.
How do you feel about being manhandled?
Can't say the thought really entices me.
Now what if I changed it to Dan handled?
Boo!
Slightly more
answer,
enticing,
boo!
but still not
Boo!
sure.
All right. Well, I didn't need you to say yes anyways. Well, I think that's the end of this episode, everybody.
Hope you liked learning a decent amount about us and our interests and the like.
This was a weird episode.
Yeah, it was, but I just wanted to ask some weird questions and get weird answers.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Well, goodbye, everybody.